Hello everyone and welcome back to Animation Pilgrimage, the show where Whitney and I take a look at every single theatrically released animated film in chronological order. I'm Tennille.
And I'm Whitney, and today we took a look at The Magic Bird, also known as Perils of Problemina for the English release.
Which, this is going to be the one situation where I'm going to say that the English title makes more sense.
Yeah. Anyways, this is...
There is no magic bird in this movie.
There is a bird.
There's no magic in this movie.
Yeah.
Other than, animals talk.
Mm-hmm. Either way, this is
magic.
An Italian film.
Uh-huh.
And I know we haven't watched a lot of Italian films.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, here's all the Italian films we've watched. I've put it on screen.
Was the last one we watched, The Singing Princess?
That might be it.
Wow.
Just like last time where we watched two Spanish films back to back, like Spain films. Those were the only two Spain films. I don't think there's a whole lot of Italian films that we've watched either.
Right.
Italy just isn't really in the animation industry. Or if it is, we've not gotten our hands on them because the general populace of people that watch this show don't know Italian. And that's reasonable.
Yeah. I don't know Italian. Well, fun fact, I did learn a decent chunk of Italian when I was really young because my sister was learning it. And then I stopped learning it. And then I took Spanish class in high school. And then my Spanish and my Italian were getting all mixed up, which made Spanish really hard to learn. Because I just had enough vague memory of Italian that that kept on coming through. And my Spanish teacher was like, no.
It's very funny.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I will say, generally, here on Animation Pilgrimage, obviously we get a lot of the American films and a lot of the Japanese films because Japanese media is just very popular in America.
More accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason, European animation in general is, and anywhere else in the world, generally not as sought after in America, which makes it a lot more difficult for us to get our hands on it. But that's been changing over these last, mostly this section of time before we get to 1982.
These 20 films that we have here.
We're up to 22 now.
22.
Just, you guys keep finding more. We're up to 22 films. Oh, I gotta say, the email inbox, I will highlight each email that has movies that we've not watched yet that people have contacted us for, and it's I have to scroll down to get to all the other red emails because there's I think there's 20, 22 emails there for these catch-up films and also future films. It's hilarious. Thank you guys so much. And speaking of which, thank you Orbited Star for finding this particular film for us.
Yes, thank you.
All right, well, let's actually talk about The Magic Bird / Perils of Problemina.
The Magic Bird.
This is from 1968. Didn't mention that part either.
And directed by Roberto Gavioli.
The backgrounds look good.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about a positive first before we get into this movie. When we started it, I was like, oh, okay, animation's pretty nice, character designs are pretty nice. The film quality wasn't great.
It was a VHS rip, so,
so it, that wasn't too great. But I could tell, if this was higher quality, it would look nice. The backgrounds are lovely. They have that
cross-hatching, sketchy look to them.
From Robin Hood or
just other
Winnie
films
the Pooh.
Of this era.
Yeah, I just love the look of backgrounds like this. I think it is so charming. It's got that illustrated children's book feel. I love that. And this film does an interesting thing with the main location. I have no idea where this is supposed to take place, but the flora of everything is really interesting and almost alien, but also of our world. Well, everything's prickly and...
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. This area is just very spiky. Uh-huh. interesting in that sense.
Yeah, I want to pick the artist's brains as to why they chose this location, or if it is supposed to be
a real-world location.
Right, because I have no idea where this is supposed to be, other than my best guess being somewhere in South America, maybe? But I don't even know how confident I can be about saying that.
I'm going to make no guess.
Yeah. Anyway, the story, though.
The story was not super great. But let's do a plot synopsis so you all can know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, the opening credits is children birds from all across the world, from like the United States and Egypt and Italy and
Paris
and Russia and I think that's mostly it.
Mm-hmm.
They fly to go meet their grandpa in the Valley of Tranquility or something. Serenity is what the English dub calls this area.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he lives. Now, the grandpa is a horrible drunk.
Well, okay, you gave it away. You gave it away because we don't realize that's what's going on.
He's in jail. He's under house arrest for some reason.
Right, and everyone in the community is like, oh man, we all love
Grandpa,
I forget what his name is.
It's so unimportant.
They're like, we love him. Oh man, but too bad he's like in jail. He's in house arrest. And so Whitney and I are watching the film and we're like, why is he in house arrest? I mean, like, what's going on here? Does Grandpa do crimes? That's pretty cool. And he's a beloved member of the community? That's even cooler. But no, he's just a drunk.
He's just really drunk and probably did some sort of misdemeanor in public, so he's under house arrest for a year with no alcohol, which he absolutely just constantly has alcohol.
Yeah.
Inside his ball and chain, of all things.
Yeah, but he doesn't want his grandkids to know that, like, oh, whoa, he's fallen so far. So the community helps him, like, build up his house.
And make it, like, a fake set, so he's, like, Napoleon or something.
So he looks cool for his grandkids. And then, like, this never comes back.
Yeah, because the rest of the movie is him just telling a story to his grandchildren.
And the story that he's telling is supposed to be as though, like, he was there and experiencing it too. But, like, he has no connection to the story at all.
Yeah.
The framing device means absolutely nothing.
Oh, yeah. This is all you're going to get out of the birds in the movie called The Magic Bird.
And we spend, like, a good 10-15 minutes setting this all up.
And then we never go back. Except for, like, every now and again it'll cut back to him telling the story, or cut to him looking down at things happening, because he's technically in a tree above where a lot of this stuff happens, but he doesn't matter.
Right.
Anyways, the actual story is about a group of red ants who are a military, and they're all boys. And then they go to a different anthill, which is all girls, specifically all nannies.
Yeah.
And
they're all yellow ants.
They all are just weak-willed women who cook and clean and take care of babies.
Like, literally, they show off this hill and they're like, it's like an all-woman anthill.
Except there's one man who takes care of all of them.
It's not even a matriarchy.
It's one guy is in charge of all of these women folk.
It's so stupidly sexist for no reason. And, like, it's not even that the women are competent in doing the cooking and cleaning and stuff that they love doing so much, as the movie describes. They're all,
useless,
bumbling women stereotypes. So that's stupid. I hate that.
This is all very problematic.
Anyway, our main character is Problemina.
Problemina, who is a sexy anthropomorphic ant girl.
Who reads comic books?
She reads comic books of Catman, a.k.a. Batman Catman.
Okay. For as stupid as the sexism is in all of this movie, I do appreciate there is a woman reading comic books in a film from 1968. I mean, she's painted in a poor light because of it. She's, like, ostracized from her community.
Oh, she doesn't help do all the womanly things, so she just sits in the corner.
Right, and reads her comic books. So, like, big mixed feelings on that. I'm like, alright.
Anyways, the red ants come and capture all of the yellow ants and take them...
Not all, like a group of them.
Most of them. Because technically at the same time they're doing this, there is a completely pointless celebration event going on with lots of gags and hijinks of dancing and singing, and it's completely unimportant.
Yeah.
But this takes up a good half of this movie.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, the real important thing is the yellow ants are captured and they're taken back to stupid, sexy, anthropomorphic male ant leader man.
They're not committing violence, though. They make that very clear. They might be kidnapping you and forcing you out of your home and saying that you will have to serve them for the rest of your life and, just subjugating you in general. But they're not committing violence.
Oh, so they're okay.
Right.
They're not evil. Ugh. I hate this.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, this leader of the red ants and Problemina give each other googly eyes.
Oh yeah, immediately just start giving bedroom eyes to each other.
And then Problemina reads her comic and the cat man escapes. So she's like, I could do that too. And so she escapes. But then she's chased by the red ants. And then she makes it to a mill full of blue military ants. And they save her, and they decide they're going to go beat up the red ants to save all the yellow ants. And then they have a big fight where nothing happens.
She kind of becomes like a Joan of Arc for the blue ants.
Yeah, kind of. It's really awkward, and there's so much padding of just nothing but things happening constantly. Like, she flies around, like she goes skiing and then ends up in a bubble because she fell into the washing machine, and then she flies around and then she's picked up by some dragonflies, and then they take her back to her home planet, and then like this kind of stuff just keeps happening, but nothing matters.
Right.
Nothing matters.
It's very slow. I'm pretty sure I dozed off about the point where we got to the windmill scene. I couldn't help myself. I dozed off a little bit, and then I went and I have no idea how long I was gone.
And I'm sitting here saying, get on with it, please. Right. And so somehow I manifested in the movie.
Yeah, you are.
A giant anteater shows up and decides it's going to terrorize all of these stupid ants trying to fight or not fight, and it wrecks everything but doesn't eat a single ant.
I didn't know you had such a prolific acting career.
I know. If I had the ability to, video edit, I would recolor the anteater to be my colors. Because I was just feeling like this movie is going nowhere, please just end. And so an anteater shows up, wrecks everything, and then heckin' leaves. And then the ants are like, well, I guess we're all kind of not bad, so we'll all live in peace. The ants are given back, and everyone lived happily ever after.
Problemina
and the dude ant get married.
Handsome Squidward get married.
And then the owl or bird grandpa's like, and that's the end. And then the movie ended.
And then we lived in the Valley of Serenity forever, and it was awesome.
So anyways, the plot was very bad.
Yeah, this could have easily been chopped in half. If not more.
This is another example of a movie just trying, because it's a cartoon, they have to have all the cartoon silliness and gags that don't have anything to do with the actual plot.
Yeah.
And so all of the jokes are completely separate from this weird, overly militaristic story that they're telling.
Yeah.
They don't go together at all, and it just drags the whole pace of the movie to an absolute crawl.
And you get to the end of the film and you're just kind of like, well, what was the point of that? Because there's no real message other than war is bad, I guess.
There is no war is bad.
But we're also... Well, they specifically... I have to bring it up because they say that. They say war is bad and pointless. But at the same time, they keep glorifying, like, this military kind of...
There are literally no actions to show that war is bad.
Just because a theme is done poorly doesn't mean it's not a part of a film.
Fine.
You know what I mean? But you get to the end and you're just kind of like, alright, well, I don't know what the point of that was. Because, like, Problemina didn't learn anything. Like, she became a hero, but, like...
The Red Ants didn't learn anything.
The Red Ants didn't learn any... Like, no one... The grandfather bird didn't learn anything. Like...
Nothing was
And not
learned.
to say that anybody needs to learn anything, but, like, I just don't feel like anybody came out of this story different from where they were in the beginning.
It made the whole point of the movie pointless.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also, one last note, I really hate the overuse of the word female in this movie.
Female. Yeah.
The Red Ants refer to the Yellow Ants as the females all the time.
Yeah.
And it's really gross.
Oh god, can we talk about the scene where, okay, after they subjugate the woman folk, they're like, alright, now go take care of our babies. And like...
How do you guys have babies? You're all guys. I thought that was the problem.
Well, and then the lady ants walk in there, they see the babies crying, and they just, and they go in, they pick them up, and they're just smiling and happy, and I'm like,
taking care of the babies because that's what girls do.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Shoot
it's
me.
so bad. Anyways, that's going to be it for this review.
Yeah, there unfortunately is not a whole lot else to say about the production for this one, so...
I'm going to say skip this one. It's really not worth it.
Yeah,
if you want to watch a movie about bugs...
It started on such an okay note with the nice backgrounds and the animation, the character designs and all that. And, like, a kind of interesting setup because you don't know what's going on with the grandfather, but then, like... once things get revealed to you of where this is going and how it plays out, it just goes downhill so fast.
If you want to watch a movie about bugs, go back and watch Bugville, aka Hoppity Goes to Town. And I don't even think we like that movie very much.
No, not really.
It's been...
Gee weeds!
It's been so long, I don't remember what we said about that movie. Either way, join us back here next time as we move forward a couple more years. We're going to 1970.
Oh, we're slowly catching back up to 82.
And we are going to be watching 30,000 Miles Under the Sea.
Alright.
From Toei of Japan.
Okay.
See you guys then.
Scientific